Good morning, everyone. Glad you could join us today for our webinar, Arriving Soon, Expanded Bus Service Along I-494. I'm Kate Meredith, Vice President at Commuter Services. And next. So just a few housekeeping items before we get started. We are recording this webinar, and the on-demand recording and the slides will be emailed to all attendees within 10 days. Questions will be answered at the end of each presentation, and we ask that you please submit your questions using the Q&A tool on Zoom, and email any questions after the webinar that you can think of to me, Kate Meredith. And if you could please refrain from using the chat option to submit questions. That keeps everything in the Q&A. Next. So just a little bit about commuter services. We are the outreach program of the I-494 Corridor Commission, which is a joint powers organization established in 1986 to address concerns about increasing traffic congestion along 494 corridor. Member cities include Bloomington, Eden Prairie, Edina, Minnetonka, and Richfield. In fact, there are more jobs in this section of the I-494 corridor than anywhere else in the state of Minnesota, including the two downtowns of Minneapolis and St. Paul combined. And according to MnDOT, people from 85 of the state's 87 counties travel this section of I-494 every day. So it's busy, it's congested continually. And we also have the 494 construction project that is entering another heavy construction year in just a short month or so. But what we're going to share today is about a great new transportation option that will be available to travel along the corridor. Next. So I want to introduce our presenter. Amira Aromaselli is the Community Engagement Coordinator for Southwest Transit. She joined in May 2024. Southwest Transit is an award-winning transit agency serving the Southwest Twin Cities area through bus, on-demand rideshare, and shuttle services. And we're very happy to have you, Amira. Welcome.
All right, Kate, thank you for inviting me. I'm super happy to be here today and talk a little bit more about this new amazing route that we're adding here at Southwest Transit. So first of all, I'm just going to start out and give a little background on Southwest Transit for those who don't know us very well. But we operate primarily in Eden Prairie, Chanhassen, Chaska, Carver, and Victoria. We do offer services into Shakopee and Edina. And one of those services that we're adding that's extending our service area a little bit is this new route that we're adding down on 494. And so this is a little bit of our service area. And so if you look along the I-494 corridor on your right side, you can see that new route that we are adding, which is just extending out our area a little bit. And I will go more in depth into another map with that route on it. But just going in and explaining a little bit more about this new route. So this route, the 686, will be departing Southwest Station in Eden Prairie. It's going to have two patterns. It's going to have a local pattern, which is really made to service commuters and folks who work along the I-494 corridor. There's also going to be an express pattern. This is going to be direct from Southwest Station in Eden Prairie to MOA, to Terminal 1, and to Terminal 2. At Southwest Station in Eden Prairie, we do have a overnight parking system, so folks can park to up to 21 nights at Southwest Station. Parking is $5 a night, and you can just show up, park on the 4th floor, scan a QR code on our stalls to park there overnight. So the local service called the 686L will service 17 stops along the I-494 corridor, and I'll have a slide with some of those stops on it. This will operate Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. with service every hour. The express service called the 686X will stop at Southwest Station, Mall of America, Terminal 1, and Terminal 2. This service will operate Monday through Sunday. Specifically on weekdays, 5:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's going to be every hour, so operating at the same time as the local route. And then from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., it's going to be every 45 minutes. And then on the weekend, it's going to operate all day, 5 a.m. 11 to 11 p.m., every 45 minutes. So we have these two different routes to kind of service two different groups of folks. So for folks who are just commuting, and then folks who really just want to get to those key destinations, especially like the airport. So this is kind of a zoomed in version of that map, specifically showing at point A, that is the Southwest Station in Eden Prairie. And then point B is where we're starting American Boulevard, and Social Security Admin Office is where the first kind of stop starts. And then there's another 16 stops fully, all the way to F being Terminal 1 and Terminal G, Terminal 1 and Terminal 2 for stops G and F. And so we have a nice list here of all those stops. And so I'm just going to pause here and kind of talk a little bit more about some of them. So for example, American Boulevard West and Normandale Lake Boulevard, servicing the Normandale Lake Office Park. Knox and 76th Station, servicing Best Buy Corporate. We have some stops servicing the shops at Lindale, the Toro Company, many hotels and other shops all along this route. Some of these stops you may recognize are currently Metro Transit stops for some of the other lines. And so this kind of really offers a chance to transfer and connect to those other routes to really expand into other parts of the city. We really hope to see folks from, like, for example, Chaska taking a Southwest Transit Express bus to Southwest Transit in Eden Prairie, and then transferring onto this bus route, maybe transferring at Knox and 76 at Best Buy Corporate to go someplace else. So yeah, we're really excited to see that. So a lot of these stops will be shared with Metro Transit, so they'll have both like a Southwest Transit sign and a Metro Transit sign. Some of them may just be our own with our own signs. But we're trying to make it easy for folks to just get more access to transit in the area. You can also see with some of these stops in green at the bottom, for example, they're serviced by both the local and express. Some are only serviced by the local route. So talking a little bit about fares, we at Southwest Transit are a part of the regional fare system. So you'll notice a lot of similarities between our fares and Metro Transit and others. So for the local route, for peak hour fares, the standard fare is $2. For non-peak hour fares, the standard is $2. The discounts are some of the same discounts as Metro Transit, with seniors $1 during their non-peak, persons with disabilities $1 all the time, some of those similar things. For our express route, there is a difference in fares. Monday through Friday, during those peak hours, it is $3.25. And then during those non-peak hours, it is $2.50. For Southwest Transit bus routes, we have Trip Planner on our website that leads right into Metro Transit's Trip Planner. We have maps on our website. You can download routes. We do have a new web page up for the 686 route that has all of the stops, maps. It has the time and bus schedules on there. So if you're interested on working on planning your route, seeing when you can get to the airport, or even on the way back coming westbound, you want to check that out, I highly recommend checking out our website. On our buses, they operate very similar. You can pay with cash, exact change, a go-to card, Metro Pass, if you have like a college universal pass, some sort of other pass by employers. If you have an all-day pass, for example, as an option we see, or if you're transferring from bus or rail, you can use the 2.5-hour transfer pass back and forth. We do allow people to transfer from our other services as well. So if you may know, Southwest Transit has a micro transit service. If you'd like to transfer from that to our route, you can do that as well. But I'm going to leave it open for questions at this point.
Thanks so much, Amira. We're so excited about this route. We do have a question that came in, so I'll read that.
Yeah.
Question is, how do you deal with luggage on the bus?
Yes. So all of our vehicles are large, like airport style shuttle buses. So they will have luggage racks in them that you can put your luggage in.
That's nice. That's great.
Yeah.
And then the second part of this question is, with the addition of this route, will the Southwest Prime airport transportation option completely go away? Or is there an
Mhm.
opportunity to pay a premium for that service?
Yes. So the Southwest Prime airport service that we have currently will be going away at the end of April, so April 26th. We are, with this new route starting March 31st, there's going to be like an overlap of a month to allow people to get used to this new service. However, just thinking of some questions people might ask, you can, for example, still, if you're like in Chanhassen or Chaska, take a Southwest Prime during the hours that we operate to Southwest Station and just transfer for free. So you can pay the $5 Prime fee and then transfer to this new bus route and not have to pay again. So that's still an option.
Yeah, that's great. And it will, you have the direct service from Southwest Station right to the terminal.
Hmm.
So that'll be fast and efficient. One
Yeah.
question I had was, so parking at Southwest Station in Eden Prairie. Um, and if you're going, taking a flight and you're going on a trip, how many overnights, how many days can you park at Southwest Station?
Yeah, so when you come into Southwest Station, you'll just go right up to the fourth floor. That's where we're going to have our overnight parking at. And there will be a sign allowing you to scan a QR code to pay, and you can put in how many nights you're staying. We allow up to 21 nights um, at our station. The station's very secure. We have cameras, people checking. You have to input your license plate and all of that information as well, so we'll know who's staying overnight in our lot.
Yeah, that's such a nice amenity, and
Hmm.
21 days is a
Yeah,
great length of time.
yeah. And being only $5 a night, it's definitely a really affordable option for yeah, overnight airport parking.
Yes, great option, great value. So I'm not seeing another question yet, but I'll just wait just a minute and please type in your questions in the Q&A at any
Yeah,
time when I'm doing my presentation, and we can go back to any questions that you have for Amira at the end.
yeah, of course. All right. If no more are popping in, then yeah,
Yeah, I
I
don't see any
will.
now, so we'll just go on. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. So I'm going to talk about the free sustainable commute resources that commuter services provides for employers and commuters and residents. So we have great transit resources for commuters. We can provide a customized bus or train route itinerary with corresponding schedules, plus 2 free ride passes. So as Amira mentioned, if you are taking, say, a Metro Transit bus or train and transferring to the Southwest Transit 686, the customized itinerary will show you step-by-step bus stops and step-by-step instructions for how to make that transfer. And it's great to have the 2 free ride passes too. There is a program called Transit Assistance, or TAP, and it provides $1 rides for lower income residents. We're happy to tell you more about that. And Metro System brochure is a brochure that just shows all the fares and frequency. It's a nice snapshot of all the Metro System buses and bus rapid transit and trains in the system. We can provide you with a transit system map that shows everything in the system. It's a great visual. And there is a program called Text for Safety that's available on Metro Transit buses and trains that provides a discreet way to alert transit police of anything that you see at a station or on the bus or train. And reloadable passes, Amir mentioned the go-to pass. It's a great way to pay for passes so you don't have to have cash. Makes it very easy when you're loading and unloading in transit. Thanks. So we have transit resources for employers. There is a great program called Metro Pass. It offers a discounted transit pass for unlimited rides, and it's only available to people who work at a company who is enrolled. Commuter Services helps with enrollment and with the ongoing promotion of MetroPass for employers. We also can provide personalized transit information for your work site, what the buses and train schedules are, and the transit system maps. Yeah. There's also a transit pass, and we do outreach with multifamily residential properties. So along with our employer outreach, we reach out to residential properties as well. And there is a pass, it's a creme de la creme of the bus passes. It provides unlimited ride on buses and trains for just $14 a month. And each unit receives one pass. So if someone moves out of an apartment complex, the unlimited ride transit pass stays with the apartment, which is great. For more information, you can contact our colleague here, Michelle Leonard, who handles our residential outreach. So we have a wealth of bike commuting resources and strategies for employers. There's a lot here. I'm just going to quickly go through. We can facilitate an on-site bicycle safety check. We encourage employers to provide showers and lockers. We can provide a starter rack. It's an indoor a bike rack for anyone who's interested and who's willing to promote bike commuting at their work site. We encourage employers to offer bike repair materials and to purchase bikes that employees can use over lunch for errands or exercise. Commuter Services can help you with lots of free commute resources that you can make available to your employees. We have that free outdoor bike rack. And we also have a demonstration bus bike rack so employees can learn how to place a bike on a bus bike rack in a no-stress environment. And we can bring that out to your work site. Next. We have bicycle community resources for commuters. Commuters can sign up for our bike trail updates. We track when there are closures and what the detours are for bike trails in our area. We have some great on-demand bike to work commuting webinars. And you can ask for a demonstration of how to put your bike on transit. And we have lots of free materials like the bike commuting guide with tips for riding in traffic. We have a free copy of the Hennepin County bike map, clothing recommendations, winter bike commuting guide, and lots more. Okay. We also offer carpool assistance for employers. We can help you form carpools and van pools at your work site. We can create maps for employees to see how many people live near them for ride matching. We also can facilitate meetings to gather employees by home location to help with the formation of carpools and van pools. And we provide carpool and van pool preferred parking signs. We manage the program so that it's a nice incentive for employees to carpool. You can set up a preferred spot that's closer to the employee entrance. Okay. For commuters, we have tips on how to set up a successful carpool. There is a regional free carpool matching program. It's confidential, and you can get a list of people who have a similar route to work and schedule for you to contact, though there's no obligation to do so. Many employers offer the preferential carpool parking, and there are other great advantages for carpooling. You can use the HOV lane for free during peak hours with 2 or more riders. And of course, you save money on gas and reduce traffic congestion. Commuter Services has a program called Twin Cities Telework, and we have free resources for employers, managers, and teleworkers. And you can access all of the resources at tctelework.com. Okay. So this kind of lists some of the resources that we have available and includes sample telework and hybrid policies, implementation guidance. We have great on-demand webinars, mental health resources. We publish a quarterly telework newsletter that you can sign up for, and you can access all of these resources at that tctelework.com website. We also have try it campaigns and events throughout the year. So we have monthly prize drawings for trying a sustainable commute. And we encourage you to, if you have Earth Day or month events happening at your work site or any other employee appreciation or sustainability events, we would love to have a table. We do all the work. We just need a table. And we set up a commuter fair where we can answer questions of employees, and we provide all of our resources there on the spot. May is Bike Month. It's the National Bike Month, and Commuter Services celebrates that along with the National Month. And you can enter to win an electric bike just by trying to bike to work just one day in May, or use any other sustainable commute just one day in the month. We also in May are hosting a Principles of Bike Safety webinar. That will be Friday, May 9th from 11:30 to 12:30. And we have a Bike Month celebration that we are hosting on May 15th at Round Lake Park in Eden Prairie. We'll have lots of vendors and lots of fun activities related to biking. So to get plugged in and to get alerted about all of these great events and campaigns, we encourage you to sign up for our newsletters and check us out on the website. Next. So you see there below, we've got the different newsletters that you can sign up for. Also wanted to let you know about a free program called Guaranteed Ride Home. It provides a really great safety net for commuters who take sustainable commutes about 3 days a week. And you have to sign up before you need it, but it provides a ride home in those instances where you might have to leave in the middle of the day for a sick child and your carpool partner can't bring you home, or you have to work late and you miss the last bus. You get up to $100 annually to use, and you get reimbursed to take an Uber, Lyft, or transit to get home in those situations. Next. And I'm happy to take any questions about commuter services and our programs and resources. And if you have any other questions for Amira about the new Southwest Transit route, we can take those as well. And I'm seeing a couple of questions that came in. Just a question about from Julie, when were the routes planned to start? So the Southwest Transit route 686 will launch on March 31st. And this one is for you, Amira. Will the bus offer car seats for kids? And do you need to buy tickets online, or can you just show up at Southwest Station during the regularly scheduled routes? So 2 questions there.
Yeah, so you do not need to buy tickets in advance for the 686. We will post both bus schedules online. I believe those are actually already up. And so it'll be very scheduled departures. For example, like 5:15, there'll be a departure. 5:35, there'll be a departure. It'll be very set departure. So no need to do anything in advance. And we do not provide car seats or anything like that on any of our services. You would have to bring a car seat.
Just someone asking about if we would do an outreach event in the summer. We are happy to do that. So if you want both commuter services and Southwest Transit, we are happy to set up a table, and I can reach out to you, Patricia, after the webinar, and we can have a conversation about what you were looking at, what you're thinking about. But yes, we do outreach events. Besides employers, we do community events as well in our 5-member cities. So we love to get out there and share about our resources and programs. And we've been partnering with Southwest Transit to do several tabling events as well. So I will reach out to you, Patricia. Wait just a minute. Yeah, a little bit of time just to see if there are any other questions that come in. But again, if you think of any questions, please reach out to either Amira or myself. And that's our contact information. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing other questions. I want to thank you for joining us. We're again really excited about this new transportation option along 494 and to provide direct service from Eden Prairie and along the corridor to the Mall of America and the airport terminals. Oh, I just saw a question coming in. At Terminal 1, where will the bus drop you off?
Mhm. So yes, our buses will drop off with all of the other shuttle buses. I'd have to remember the exact term that they use, but it's the airport transit area.
Where you would just catch all other buses.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mhm. Okay, I'm not seeing other questions. Again, thank you for joining us today. Have a wonderful day and take care.